Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a real quick video. This is going to be my general response to some of the comments I've gotten. I try to answer most of them, but some of them aren't worth answering, and some of them I just don't get to. I apologize. First thing I want to do is apologize for some of the scams. I will never ask you for money or recommend any kind of financial advice of any kind. I can just tell you what I do. But there are some scammers out there, so beware. I try to delete them as soon as I see them, but I'm sure I've missed some. And there are some rude comments, and I've got big shoulders. Well, I used to have big shoulders, but it kind of bounces off of me. It's not that big a deal. Someone asked me why, several people actually asked me why I don't edit videos. Well, I just don't. That's just the way I roll. What you see is what you get. I've always lived my whole life that way, and I'm going to continue that with these videos. Someone also questioned the clothes I wear. I only have 4 or 5 shirts that I wear on a day-to-day basis because I'm really a minimalist when it comes to clothes. But I do wash them. They do get washed. And most of them are the stink-free clothes that you can buy. I've had them for years and years and years. Probably had the shirt I've got on. I probably had it 8 or 10 years. Now I do wear white polos. If I go somewhere decent, somewhere nice, like the church, I do have 5 white polos that I wear on occasion. A couple of people have questioned my faith, and that's okay. They didn't really hammer me on it or anything, but they did question it. I never questioned my faith. Sometimes I do question my ability to show that faith. Somebody asked me why I don't do any walking videos. People, I have a hard enough time sitting here in the comfort of my van to do any walking videos. Besides that, I've got just a slight tremor in my left hand. That's probably where I'd hold it. Slight tremor in my left hand, so I don't do any walking videos. And one guy accused me of being homeless and sleeping in my van. Well, I can assure you, I am not homeless. I do take showers at home on occasion, but I take most of my showers at the gym. But I do not live in the van. That being said, this particular van, I probably slept in 2 or 3 times over the 9 years I've owned it, just because I was traveling or I was on the road or I was going somewhere for a few hours and got sleepy, so I crawled in the back and covered up and went to sleep. Not a big thing, but I do not sleep in my van on a day-to-day basis. Uh, I got a couple of people accused me of making I can't be broke because I have YouTube money. Well, apparently they don't know how YouTube works. I'm just now in the beginning stages of getting monetized, and even then it takes 3 to 4 months, and I don't really expect to get rich or make a lot of money off this. It's more of a hobby, and if I make a few bucks, I'll be fine. But I'm making absolutely no money off this right now. There are different stages of being broke. Um, one stage is destitute, and I've been around a few people like this. They live week to week, or not week to week. They live day to day. They don't worry about tomorrow because they don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So they take care of themselves today the best they can and don't worry about tomorrow. Being poor is living week to week, and there's a lot of people, uh, probably a lot of you included in that, or at least some of you. They live week to week, paycheck to paycheck. That's what it's all about. The other stage of is where I consider myself, and that's middle class. I live month to month. Most middle class people live month to month. Sometimes there's good months, and sometimes there's bad months. Then there's rich people. We all know some rich people. They live year to year. Not a big thing. If they can have a good year, they can have a bad year, but year to year, it really doesn't change your lifestyle that much. But then you have the what I call the wealthy. They live decade to decade. They can look back from what they did 10 years ago, and now they're still making adjustments to that. I consider my broke in the concept of I consider myself lower middle class. We're not hurting, but yet we have to watch every dollar. Lower middle class, and but I just wanted to throw out a few comments on the comments, and I humbly appreciate all the comments that you all do make. That's all I've got for now. Until we meet again, which will be soon, I'm going to continue on to press on towards that goal.